Hey there, guys. Sherman here with Barrington Real Estate. Today, I'm spending some time with Adam from Pivotal General Contracting. They do GC contracting work all across the Hamilton region, all the way to Niagara, and some of the GTA as well. We're going to get a better idea of geographics and some of the great work that he does very shortly. So away we go. Adam, hey.
How you doing, Sherman? Nice to meet with you today.
Great. So yeah, we want to learn all about you, all about your business. Kind of tell me, where did you first get the idea to be a business owner in the contracting world?
To be honest with you, Sherman, it kind of came from me being lost. I don't know if that makes much sense for me just saying how it is, but a lot of times people go through life and they go through school and they don't know what they want to do.
Yeah.
So for me, I kind of went through that. Obviously, going into school, I actually wanted to get into medicine. I did my 3 years at Mac. I got accepted, got my bursary. I got an award, so I went there. Realized
you got an award?
Yeah. So they gave me a bursary to go to
Great.
Mac. I think it was $2,000 at the time, which was all right for me going into university, right?
Yeah.
And then I did my 3 years. Realized I didn't want to do it and kind of floated around. And this is where that being lost thing comes into, right?
Yeah.
I did sales, obviously, which is part of general contracting. You have to sell yourself. I was I did machining. So I was a machinist. I got to the top of my game in 3 years. Usually takes guys like maybe 5 to 7. So 3 years I was in aerospace, making parts for satellites. We made grappling hooks for satellites to grab other satellites.
Oh boy.
So we did some really cool stuff.
I didn't know that satellites grab other satellites.
Yeah,
That's
so we
like a
made
fun
some
time.
really cool parts. We made, there was locking mechanisms for, docking stations and all that cool stuff. So I did that.
So this is not like an iPhone docking station.
No, this is like a docking station where like a ship would dock to something else, and it would have an airlock and all that fun stuff.
Okay.
So I did that. That kind of helped me with being very precise and having that keen eye for noticing detail. So that was very good for contracting as well. I was also an electrician. I worked as an electrician for a while, so it gave me experience there.
Yeah.
I was a pipe fitter. I worked in Kentucky for 3 to 4 years. We built the Alaris plant there. I don't know if you know anything about it. When they first came out with the new F-150, they were producing all the aluminum there and the extrusions, so we helped build that.
So hold on. Are you saying that you are a Ford guy and not a Dodge guy?
I drive a Ram. I just
right.
worked there and I did it.
Nothing wrong with Ford.
Yeah.
Just saying.
But so, as you can see, being lost really gave me the experience to really understand all aspects of everything. There's the pipe fitting, which is kind of plumbing related.
Yeah.
I did the electrical, I frame. I've done almost everything you can possibly think of that would kind of really build me to become a successful businessman as a general contractor. So,
okay.
Being lost is kind of how I found myself, if that makes sense.
I like that. And something I do want to say about business owners out there, it's okay to be lost.
100%.
And a lot of people think you do one thing and you go to school for that career and you're like, that's what I'm going to do forever and ever and ever. But kind of being lost really helps you kind of gain that direction in life and find the thing that you're passionate about. And being a business owner is about that passion. I can
100%.
tell, I can tell you have the passion for what you do.
Thank you.
Oh. Bam!
And I guess one of the other big things for owning a business is really, managing people, finding good employees. Because me, and this is something that I struggle with, is being a nice person versus being a good person. And sometimes I find that I try to be too nice of a person, and I'm letting people get away with too much. And I started to understand, you don't have to be a nice person and let people get away with everything. As long as you're a good person, that you're doing something good. You're not stepping on people, but people aren't getting away with murder. So that's been the thing for me is, be a good person, not a nice person.
And human resources is one thing that, small business owners, they seem to not get a grasp on. Human resources is important, knowing who to hire, and knowing when to actually fire people, and
it's super hard.
Promoting the right kind of people in your business, and trust too, right?
Ooh. As a small business owner, trust is probably the thing I struggle struggle with most. But in order to grow, you have to kind of delegate and let go of some of that and trust those people to build your business.
Yeah.
And it's tough. It's not easy. That's probably one of the hardest things that I'm finding with is trust, because our business is built on quality. And if the quality isn't there, there's no referrals. So you have to trust in the guys that you've trained to produce the quality that you've trained them to do. And that's another thing. Some guys just see it and they go, 9 to 5, I'm getting paid, that's it, don't care. But we're trying to instill that, if I wouldn't want it in my house, and if I came and saw something, I'd be disappointed, it's not going in there. So that's the other thing. Quality has to be there. But yeah, it all kind of comes down to trust.
And now, one question I was going to ask is, is what kind of makes you unique? And you kind of answered this.
I did.
When you talked about the scheduling, you talked about, you guys really like to work on tight schedules and get stuff done actually on time.
Yep.
And what are some tools you guys use, or some systems you guys have that keep jobs actually finishing on time, which is a rarity for contractors?
It is a rarity for contractors, and a lot of the time too, because we are contracting, we like to have these firm schedules with our guys. So if I bring a contractor in, I say, this is a schedule, do you need a couple of days? I usually give them a couple of days lead. So if they are behind, they have a couple of days to catch up. And they know that after they're done, I have someone rolling in and they're going to do the next job. Say I have a demo guy coming in, this is the schedule a week. Then if, for instance, I know I have my electrician coming in, my HVAC, my plumbers, they know that if they're not done on time, they're holding up my job. So what am I going to do? I can't penalize myself because it's not my fault. So generally speaking, it's finish on time or you get penalized, or whatever the case may be, or maybe you don't get my next job. But for the most part, guys have been very good with that, understanding that, if you hit deadlines and you're good with me and you're fair, then I'm fair with you and I provide a lot of work. So that's kind of how we manage to keep that rolling. And
nice.
Yeah, so it's constant communication with our guys too, right? As long as they let me know if we are delayed, I can kind of move things around and move my tradesmen around.
And now, changing gears a little bit, we want to learn a little bit about you. So maybe tell us something kind of fun and maybe interesting that most people don't know about you.
I think I may have kind of touched base on this, but coming from a construction background, you look at me and you're like, oh, construction guy, and I go, well, I actually went to Mac because I wanted to get in medicine. It's like they go hand in hand. Not always, but
not at all.
Yeah, not at all, no. But that is one thing that some people don't know about me. Another thing is not very interesting. Maybe it is. I boxed for, I don't know, since I was like 13, maybe a little bit younger, till about 18, 19. And that's kind of the fun side.
Okay, so how's my footwork? Is my footwork good?
You gotta kind of have to put on the toes, right? You make sure you're nice and you're moving slick, right? That's kind of how she goes.
Tell us about something that you love about the city of Hamilton and surrounding. I mean, there's so much around Hamilton. You guys are all over, but tell me about what you love about the city.
You know what? The thing I really love about Hamilton is the way that it supports its own people. I mean, even with, I know this isn't fully about me, but my wife, there's that competition she's doing. It's like the Misfit 2023. And even my own business. I mean, when people know you're from Hamilton, they generally tend to support you. I mean, I have some of my real estate friends that have reached out to me to have, to renovate their properties or investment properties. I have everybody just kind of supporting and posting, and if they hear about anything, I'm constantly one of the people they refer work to. So I mean, it's just that feeling that Hamilton is home kind of thing, and people love to support their own, and that's kind of what I feel from Hamilton.
I love it. Yeah, I feel the same thing too. Hamiltonians really come
stick together, right? And it's awesome.
And now, last but not least, tell us some of the people who have been really integral to the success of your business, and some people you may want to give a quick shout out to.
So I'd like to really say thank you to my good buddy Ben Julius, who I have a lot of respect for. Ben pretty much came from not much, from sleeping in a car, to in 2 years owning over 100 million in real estate. He's done very well for himself. When I started in the construction industry, I worked a lot with him to flip some properties. We turned a duplex into, was it a triplex? We flipped a lot of properties together. Then there's my buddy Alex Contreras. Thank you. He's always kind of been in my ear and made sure that whatever struggles I'm going through as a small business owner, that he said, you know what, whenever you feel like giving up, and sometimes when you first start a business, sometimes you do, things get hard. He said, you make sure you call me.
Yeah.
Because he had a business, and one of the biggest regrets he has is that he gave up on it. He goes to me always, I don't want to see that with you. If you ever have an issue like that, you make sure you call me. Another person that's been, crucial into me starting my business is my wife, Natasha Avila. We have 2 beautiful boys together. They're twins. They're both 6. But coming from something that is very secure and had stable hours, had a stable pay, into running my own business, it was always about, babe, do you think you can make it? Yes, okay. Then whatever decision you make, I'm gonna support you. And she always has. Things may have been rough at times, but now things are pretty good. So, thankfully she did support me, and she was always by my side in whatever decision I made. Obviously jumping around, doing multiple things to starting my own business. Never a doubt about what I was gonna do or when I was gonna be successful. It was just their support. So, big shout out to my wife for helping me build my business and just getting things moving.
Awesome. Well, hey, I do want to say fist bump. Shout out to the wife. That's really
Thank you.
Big respect, because a partnership is super important.
100%, man.
So yeah, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. We got Adam Tupper here with Pivotal General Contracting. You can find him on.
So you can find me on Facebook, Instagram at Pivotal General Contracting. My website is www.pivotalgc.ca. And yeah, if you want to shoot me an email, adam@pivotalgc.ca.
Awesome. All right, thanks for tuning in, guys. Bye for now.
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking out. Bye.